Hey, what's up, booties?
Hello.
What's going on, John?
Not too much. How are you, Bobby?
I am well. I'm happy to be here with you and recording this.
Yeah,
as
and
always.
if you guys are curious out there, we're not just having conversation. This is Behind the Boots.
It's a podcast, and
is
this is
a
the 24th
podcast.
episode of that podcast.
Yeah.
And you've probably listened to all 23 before this. You know what we're about. But if you haven't, we're a podcast that talks about funny things in the military and life behind the boots.
Yep.
And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Yep.
And now I believe you can also follow us on the Book of Face.
You can. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at BT Boots Podcast. That'll be posted in the episode description. And Facebook makes it easy, and you can just search Behind the Boots Podcast. And
Boom.
we're right there.
Just like that. And with everything in our podcast, we like to have some libations to help us tell these stories,
We do.
to help lubricate the hilarity that will ensue.
Yeah.
And tonight
A little
is...
low on this one. We started a little later than
we started
I
late.
expected,
We were
so,
drinking while setting up.
Yeah.
So this one comes from Mr. Demers land.
Doesn't come from me. I
Nope.
didn't make it. Great North Ale Works made it.
From where?
Manchester, New Hampshire, the great state where you live free or you die. It's called Hazy Rotation. It's a New England IPA, and
Yeah,
it's citrusy.
Citra Lemon Drop
Yeah.
is right on there. It's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good one for a nice summery-esque day.
I dig the logo on it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna get that tattooed on my right ass cheek.
Nice. Okay.
Later
Cool.
next
And
week.
okay. Nice. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Well, anyway, listen. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, several.
Okay. We talked about this before. Did you ever
Punch them.
punch them? Did you ever not get along with them?
Yeah, I punched him in the face. I punched at least every one of them in the face one time.
As have I. Well, not every one of them. I punched one of them a few times.
Enough for all of them.
Yes, because I have a brother and a sister, and I've never punched the sister because she was really cool to me.
No, I never actually fought any of my siblings. We got along actually really well.
Oh, nice.
That's not satire. That's a real thing.
Yeah, not me. My brother and I were at each other quite a bit. He was 8 years older than me. He did a lot of
Recreational drugs.
no, he never did. I don't think he's
okay.
ever done drugs in his life, but he was just an asshole.
That's what someone who does drugs would tell you. Never touched them.
That's true. Wow. Huh. Maybe not. Anyway.
Always got to go make a phone call. He'll be right back.
Yeah, it all makes sense now. It's all so clear. But it is safe to say that in the United States military, and probably every military around the world, there is a little bit of sibling rivalry when it comes to the different branches of service.
I think you're underestimating it a little bit when you say a little bit of a sibling rivalry.
Sibling rivalry.
Yeah. How many syllables does that have?
Sibling rivalry.
Yeah, that's an it's pretty fucking. It goes pretty deep, dude. And
Yeah.
it's like pretty, like people live and die by these rivalries.
It can get pretty violent
Yeah.
as well in some
Yeah,
places.
sometimes sexual.
Yeah, that's actually a fair statement.
Yeah.
So I'm so curious about this, and I just thought about it when I was talking about this, is the other countries
This
too.
is why we rap.
I know. I was just like, wow, maybe there are sibling rivalries or military branch rivalries between other countries as well.
Yeah.
Like there's got like the Royal Air Force, Royal Navy, Royal Marines.
We're just talking about.
I don't think
We're
they're
just talking about England.
I know. Well, I know, but I'm saying I don't think they call them the Royal Army. I think it's just the Army. But which is that there? They're forgotten about the first one.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
everyone else is royal after us. But so I liked your segment that you did a while ago about sibling rivalry, and
Thank you. I worked hard on it.
I know you did, and I was starting to look into it, and this is an interesting one, interesting story that I came up with, and it's kind of like a tale of choice, like a choose your own adventure, right?
Do I get to choose?
You do.
Oh,
you
hell
do.
yeah.
Based upon the two things that I'm going to read you, you get to choose your own adventure Remember those
I'm
books?
actually really excited. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have like the ninja one, and I was like, fuck, I don't like that ending. Go back.
Yeah, and then
go
you
back.
go back.
Go back. I made it.
I didn't leave my finger from the page.
Yep, I was still there. I was still there. So this is an interesting story. I looked it up, and it's actually from a former naval aviator. Okay, it's not a pilot, but a naval aviator. So think Top Gun, right? Like the best of the best.
Thinking about it.
So this guy actually flew F-14s for the Navy,
Yep.
but he did a 3-year tour with the Air Force flying F-15s in an exchange program. So this dude,
That's so wild to me.
I know.
There's an exchange program between branches.
oh yeah, there's
That's
several
so
of them.
bananas.
Yeah, there's actually, this is interesting. I have a friend of mine that is a Air Force helicopter pilot, and he did an exchange program and flew helicopters for the British Army.
See, that I understand, exchange, because it's different countries. But to me, it's like you're in one, like say you're in class 101 in your high school, and now you're going to do an exchange program in class 102.
Well, yeah, you don't know how those 102ers do it.
Exactly,
They
you
do
know
it
what I mean?
completely different. They're all wild and crazy.
Oh, you guys are just as fucked up as we are.
they're all wild and crazy. So this guy wrote it. Obviously, he has a little bit of bias when it goes towards his branch of service. Okay, because he was.
He hates it more.
Well, no. I think you're going to understand. So basically,
Okay.
the way he wrote this and prefaced this was that it was a letter written to him from somebody that was accepted into both of the service academies for
Was he bragging about it?
aviation. Yeah, no big deal. So the Air Force Academy and Annapolis. And he was asking, I want to be a fighter pilot, but which one should I choose? And so this is what he wrote in response.
Yes.
He said, young man, congratulations on your selection to both the Naval and Air Force Academies. Your goal of becoming a fighter pilot is impressive and a fine way to serve your country. As requested, I'd be happy to share some insight into which service would be the best choice. Each service has a distinctly different culture. You need to ask yourself, which one am I more likely to thrive in? So now, this is where you get to choose your own adventure. Number 1, the U.S. Air Force snapshot. The U.S. Air Force is exceptionally well organized and well run. Their training programs are terrific. All pilots are groomed to meet high standards of knowledge and professionalism. Their aircraft are top-notch and extremely well maintained. Their facilities are excellent. Their enlisted personnel are the brightest and the best trained. The U.S. Air Force is homogeneous and macro.
See, right there, they lost me. It was so good until they used that word. That's where they fucked up.
So, going back, let me read that last statement again. The U.S. Air Force is homogeneous and macro. No matter where you go,
Macro, good word.
you know what to expect, what is expected of you, and you'll be given the training tools you need to meet those expectations. You will never be put in a situation over your head. Over a 20-year career, you will be home for most important family events.
Is this seriously the letter?
This is the letter he wrote. Wait,
What?
it goes on.
Jesus.
Okay, so
Christ.
then he says, your mom would want you to be an Air Force pilot. So would your wife.
Fucking tell me what my mom wants.
Your dad would want your sister to marry one. Now,
Dad wants my sister to marry me.
now he says, the Navy snapshot. Aviators are part of the Navy, but so are black shoes, surface warfare, and bubbleheads, submariners. Furthermore, the Navy is split into 2 distinctly different fleets, West and East Coast. The Navy is not homogeneous or macro. Your squadron is your home. It may be great, average, or awful. A squadron can go from one extreme to the other before you know it. You'll spend months preparing for a cruise and months on a cruise. The quality of the aircraft varies directly with the availability of parts. Senior Navy enlisted are the salt of the earth. You'll be proud to earn their respect. Junior enlisted vary from terrific to the troubled kid the judge made join the service.
So they vary from really good to pretty shitty.
Yep.
That's what you're saying.
You will be given the
Okay.
opportunity to lead these people during your career. You will be humbled and get your hands dirty. The quality of your training will vary and sometimes will be way over your head. You will miss many important family events. There will be long stretches of tedious duty aboard ship. You will fly in very bad weather and or at night, and you will be scared many times. You will fly with legends in the Navy, and they will kick your ass until you become a lethal force. And some days, when the scheduling gods have smiled upon you, your jet will catapult into a glorious morning over a faraway sea and will drop jaw and you will be drop-jawed that someone would pay you to do this. The hottest girl in the bar wants to meet the naval aviator, and that bar is in Singapore. Bottom line, son, if you gotta
specific bar.
and he says, bottom line, son, if you gotta ask, pack warm and have fun in Colorado with the Air Force.
Okay.
So
I'm choosing the Navy.
yeah, exactly. And he says, P.S. Air Force pilots wear scarves and iron their flight suits.
I never thought I'd say this in my life, but I'm choosing the Navy.
So if you had this choice, right, this was the choose your own adventure, and now you said, if you want to continue with the Air Force, turn to page 37. If you want to be a badass and be a naval aviator, turn to page 4. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go to page 4. Because why? Okay, first of all.
And you know what page 4 is? It's like a centerfold. It like pops out.
Page 4 is just, it just ends. But what?
It's
first
just
of all,
Iceman like high-fiving you. Like through
it's a pop out. Air Force is lying in a lot of things. I'm going to miss a lot of things.
Well, see, he saw this because he
holidays.
did spend 3 years with the Air Force, and he saw like, you know, I did my tour, but he's like, hey, listen,
Yeah.
if you want to snort yayo off some strippers fucking hoo-has in fucking Singapore,
That's what I'm talking about.
join the Navy, my friend.
All the way, dude.
Yeah.
Navy all the way. And then what's that thing about my dad wanting my sister to marry me if I'm a pilot?
No. Well, that's different. You
fuck
you
kind of
misheard me. Your
backwards
dad
Alabama
would
shit is
want
that?
your sister to marry an Air Force pilot. That's the kind of people they are. They're respectable.
Oh.
Not you marrying your sister. That's a
Well,
Marine
I
Corps
guess
pilot.
that makes more sense to their argument, I assume. But it's still, I don't want my sister marrying someone who's like me either. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm kind of a dirtbag.
that's true. Who would you want your sister to marry if you had to choose a branch? If they're like there's
Sorry to marry to someone
first
in the
of
Air
all,
Force.
well, it's okay. I do remember that, but like,
It's fun to make fun of them.
let's say let's put it this way. Let's say you had a you have a sister, right? That's
So we don't have to pretend.
fucking let me.
Multiple, actually. Pick one.
All right, let's make up a new sister. Okay, her name is Joanne.
I already have so many.
Joanne Bardowski. Okay, made up sister.
Real original
Yeah,
name.
yeah. She's turning 23.
Oh, good
Okay,
for her.
and you have to give her away with her dowry to one of the branches of service, not counting the Coast Guard. Which 4 are you gonna pick?
Why?
And they're all active. None of this fucking
Why
National
don't
Guard
we-
shit.
Why don't we count the Coast Guard? For obvious reasons.
Obvious.
Okay.
Do I?
All right.
Listen, if you have to ask, come on.
Okay. Which one would I want?
Yeah. Which one are you like marrying your sister to? Four suitors all show up at your door. First of all, what kind of flowers is each branch holding?
Okay, Marines has a box of crayons.
I was gonna say
They're half eaten.
he's got like half of a flower with a K-bar and like a belt of ammunition.
I feel like Air Force, they have like a fucking teddy bear made of roses and like.
Oh, dude, it's a Build-A-Bear that looks like her, like
Yeah.
like with like
Yeah, I feel like
with like the
Navy-
little flight suit on it, like you know, remember like.
I feel like a Navy might have an edible arrangement, and then
Half of it's
that's-
that's because they're always underway. They got to prevent scurvy. They need the vitamin C.
And then Army probably has carnations. Whatever they found on the walk there,
Army tried to do it over the computer because it's computer-based training.
they print it out. They printed out their flowers.
Here's my flowers. First sergeant, I need them.
Yeah, no, I'd probably let her stick with Air Force, only because I know they're inferior to me. I'd still have that.
You alpha male
I'd
single.
still have that alpha thing going on.
Okay,
for
fair
sure.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I want to feel like I'm still in control if shit gets sideways.
You like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So that's just like the we're just brushing the surface of the sibling rivalries.
There's so
but
many.
I thought that was a good story. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's a great story, yeah. And I love the contrast of, because that really is how the Air Force is. It's all like unicorns and butterflies and rainbows and shit.
It's true. That's actually the name of one of the bases I was at.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow, good man. And then
Butterfly base.
And then you had the other services who were like, yeah, we actually fight wars and stuff like that. So it's a very good contrast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about some dicks and shit?
Do I?
Okay. We got a little segment that we like to go back to every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about dicks and shit, and it's called Rogue Privates. You ready for story number 1?
Well, yeah. Now, when you said it like that, yeah.
Talking about dicks and shit. Okay. On my way back to my room,
This is not you, right? This is...
No, it's me. Okay. I'm actually just telling you an account. So basically, this guy's overseas. He's overseas. He doesn't preface that in the story, but he is. On my way back to my room, I had to pass by the MWR and green beans.
Fucking green beans.
Love green beans, dude.
I just took a picture with my green beans mug the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who'd you send it to? Just
not you.
You just took a picture of it?
Yeah. No,
it's fucking weird.
There's a friend of mine, and I was like, it's a picture. Look, it's green beans. Check it out. Anyway.
I always tried to for them to give me a hat. Like I always...
The worker's hat?
Yeah. And they wouldn't give it to me.
No, I have a mug, and it says green beans, Afghanistan. And I was like, that's why I was like, the end of that thing over there. And I was like, I'm going to have some coffee with a lot of whiskey in it. And
I'll tell you what, we could use a couple of green beans over here.
Go to town. Dude, the Moac.
Yeah.
Mother of all coffees.
Yeah.
Nick, this is the thing. It's a large coffee with 4 shots of espresso in it. It's called the Moac. Mother of all coffees. It's a legit
Nick would
thing.
Spontaneously combust.
I know, but that's what it's called. And you get one, and you're like, yeah, okay. Yeah. But better.
Like a Rip It.
But they make it with Rip It. It's brewed with Rip It, so. Rip It?
We good?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. So, sorry, you said green. You said my magic word.
No, I get it, man.
Green beans.
Nostalgia and shit, whatever. So, MWR and green beans, they have dumpsters, okay? This motherfucker's walking by him. So I usually got off the tower shift right after the dumpsters were emptied. So I'm cruising past. I don't know why, but I pictured him on a Segway. He's cruising past.
Cruising past.
Yeah.
I honestly, it went to like a Razor.
Oh, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
He's making his way downtown.
Like kick flipping.
Walking fast.
Yeah. Taking his time.
Yeah, there he goes. Where the fuck was I?
Segway.
Okay, he's minding his own business and waiting for sleep. As I pass the dumpster, I'm hearing some weird noises coming from inside. Now, it's early as hell, so unless you are getting off of shift or starting shift, there is really no one around. I keep hearing noises inside, and I'm thinking there might be some kind of animal that got stuck in the garbage and couldn't get out.
Are there people banging in the dumpster?
I walk over and hoist myself up to the lip, and I see this chick we called Troll and this scrawny-ass redneck dude from another company going to fucking town. So, yes, they were fucking in the dumpster. I'm sure I don't need to state why we called her Troll.
Let me just listen.
I really wish that he did.
Those are the only 2 people in that entire deployed theater that actually knew what was going on. They had it going on.
Yeah, they had it going on. Anyway, so I'm immediately bust out laughing. They freak out and scramble to get into a state of decency. All the while, I'm hysterically laughing. They didn't know me that well, and I wasn't going to rat on them. I think fucking a girl named Troll is punishment enough. So then the scrawny dude gets pissed and starts trying to rush up at me, and this is when shit gets real, if it's not real enough already. The dude kept trying to run up the lip of the dumpster, but it was so slick and greasy, he would get a quarter of the way up and slide back down.
Like those raccoons that get stuck in there, and the people have to put the thing down.
The raccoon. He is the raccoon. He was cursing and yelling.
I love those videos.
He was cursing and yelling and rolling around in the garbage at every attempt. So then they decide they're just going to try to get out on the vertical sides. Scrawny dude doesn't have the arm strength to pull himself up. And the troll is just sitting there sobbing to herself.
Deployed dumpster.
So I just sat there watching them fail. I'm still laughing and think, this has to be what God feels like every damn day. I look down at the redneck dude and say, if you hadn't been a douche and yelled at me, I probably would have helped you. But you made your dumpster bed, now lay in it. I hopped down and walked away. I heard later from some other folks that they never did escape and ended up yelling for help.
Oh my God.
Things didn't end well for them at all.
No. Wow, dude. Dude.
What a banana story.
Banana lands. And, okay. Deployed dumpster garbage. Probably the most disgusting stuff ever. Because I don't care. I don't know where he's deployed, but, like, it's fucking hot, dude.
Doesn't matter.
It's hot and disgusting. And now if it's outside of a green beans, so it's some big fob, so there's milk products and fucking various yogurts. I don't know. But
MWR, too, there's probably so many
so much stale popcorn.
Yeah.
Dude. That's disgusting. But
there's so many other places to fuck.
No, there's
so many
really
places.
not.
Dude.
For a troll.
They live under a bridge, man. They can, I mean.
Yeah, but you don't shit where you eat.
That's fair. You don't fuck where you
You don't fuck where you sleep.
You don't fuck where you're asked for riddles. I get
That's
it.
right. Dude, that's it's disgusting. It's an image in my head. I've seen those dumpsters and
You ever seen the movie Trolls? You have a child, so I figured you might.
like crazy colored hair trolls.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, the dancing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dancing
okay.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I just picture it as I don't know what the fucking bad people are, but like there's people, the fucking creatures that eat the trolls.
Yeah.
This is what I pictured that troll to look like. It's one
Gargamel?
of those
No?
creatures that eat trolls.
Do you okay.
And then watching her get banged is
Better image for me.
oddly hot.
Did you ever see the show Fraggle Rock?
Yeah.
Okay. So the people that ate the Fraggles.
Oh.
That's the people those people were fucking
Well, there's our age difference right there, my friends.
those were some.
Bobby thinks of a show that was made in 1985.
It was actually 83 by Jim Henson. Thank you very much. Jim
rounding
Henson, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Stud. Fraggle Rock. Down in Fraggle Rock. Anyway.
I used to play that on bass.
That was good. Dude, that's...
It's a banana story. Dude.
Yeah. I have a soldier of mine that similar circumstances. He was... we were deployed to Iraq in 2003, before you were born, in the invasion. And
Math checks out.
he was hooking up with an Air Force chick, but they had no place to hook up on Kirkuk Airfield at the time. There was nothing like, there was no MWR, there was no green
fuck
beans.
shacks around?
No. So they went to a bombed out Iraqi bunker
Nice.
that was half filled with water and like a broken army cot in it.
Are they banging in this fucking just
Yeah. Dude.
stagnant water?
Yeah, dude. And we actually called him Troll. So
What
it's
is wrong
it's
with our-
it's different.
What is wrong with
I don't
us?
know. I don't know. Fucking wrong. Definitely wrong.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
yeah.
fucking in a piss-smelling bunker was bad.
Yeah, dude. No. Yeah.
I got a couple more stories. You want to hear them?
Yeah. Let's fire him off. I
Okay.
will try not to interrupt, although no promises.
No, man. Do what you gotta do. I know you're like a toddler, and when you think of something, you have to say
So
it,
anyway,
or
I
you're
was
gonna
thinking
forget.
about.
See?
Oh, good.
So I was an MP.
Wow, dude. That's rough. You weren't though.
Not me.
Oh.
There was a guy in my unit. Seemed okay. Nothing too off about him. I gave him a ride home a few times. One day he's suddenly off the road and stuck in CQ all the time. And I had no idea why. Turns out this guy was calling an escort service while he was on duty at night. When the woman showed up...
So he was like real cops.
Yeah, but not at the same
Okay.
time.
With no real power.
When the woman showed up, he would hold them at gunpoint and tell them it's a sting operation. He would then tell them that if they performed sexual acts on him, he would let them go.
Why wasn't that guy promoted?
Promoted ahead of peers, for sure. dude, yeah.
Fucking ingenious.
Yeah, Apparently, he did this a few times before one of the girls reported him immediately after. Last I heard, he got sentenced to 51 years in prison. 51.
That's, dude, you imagine, like, when you get to, like, 50, and you're like, fuck, only one more year.
But the thing is, isn't 50 years considered a life sentence?
I don't know, because what...
Is it 25?
25's life?
I thought it was 50.
But what... But, I mean, if he's 25, still got a long life ahead of him when he gets out.
Yeah, but it's just funny that they're like, life sentence. That's not enough.
Yeah.
+1.
Yeah. Or when I love that. I love that on, like, Law and Order, they're like, 16 life sentences to serve fucking...
Yeah. 15 years
is
of
a
life
life sentence?
What the fuck? What are they, fucking imprisoning dogs?
If you have the possibility of parole, it's 15 years. If it's without, then it's pretty natural.
Wow.
Wowzers.
Yeah. Wow. So all these people that get life sentences, but it doesn't seem so bad anymore. These people that get life sentences, they're out in 15.
And if you guys excuse me, I have a few people to go murder.
Yeah. That's a totally different. You're crazy. I get you off.
Oh.
Yeah,
really?
I know a guy.
Oh, then I have a lot more people to go
I know a
murder.
guy.
I'll be right back.
I know a guy.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to murder him. I'm too lazy.
Yep.
You want to hear the last one?
Send it.
Okay. So I was stationed in Korea years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
One day, an angry, drinky girl comes to the gate and demands to see her husband, Sergeant Wayne.
We actually called them juicy girls, but that's different. Anyway.
Well, I mean, you were there in fucking 54.
Right after the war.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She said that they got married and that he was supposed to go on leave and take care of a few things before he could fly her to the States. She showed us her, in quotations, marriage paperwork, which turned out to be a 5988 Echo that he had her sign at the bottom. If you don't know what a 5988 Echo is, guys, this is what we use to track maintenance on a vehicle. That's what a 5988 Echo does. It has nothing to do with marriages.
I mean, you're married to that vehicle.
That's true. I'll tell you what. It has a lot more to do with you being married to that vehicle than it does to being married to this drinky girl. His first name, John, of course. Sergeant John Wayne. Apparently, he had been banging her for months and convinced her that they were legally married. Never figured out who that person really was. Oh, and eventually, 2 other women showed up with 5988 Echo marriage certificates.
It's a serial marrier.
Such a genius idea.
Dude, again, you should change this segment from Rogue Privates to Promote Ahead of Pierce, because these guys are fucking brilliant.
It should be choose, except for the whole, at gunpoint thing.
Oh yeah, forced sodomy. At gunpoint.
I mean,
yeah, that's what,
I mean, just pay them, dude. They're there for sex, anyways.
Yeah, they're not gonna turn you in because you're a cop and you're paying for. Like, come on, guys. Like, come on. Well, listen, dude. Fantastic.
I love that one.
That one was amazing.
I don't know why.
But you know what's funny is how many framed, what was it,
5988 Echoes.
5988 Echoes are there in the Republic of Korea?
I'm just waiting
that the guy just never came back.
For my John Wayne to come home.
That the guy never came back.
There's thousands of Korean women.
There was a letter that
John
came
Wayne
that said he died in a car accident on the way home.
He just photocopies it and sends it to all of them.
Wow, brilliant.
I have to imagine it's just the same guy.
Oh, John Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
He's a stud.
I know a lot of people that use the name John Wayne in my current profession when they're filling out paperwork, because they don't want to put their actual
John Wang.
John Wang. Yeah,
that's my stage name.
Right. Yeah. Mike Concho. Listen, a lot of these stories coincide, right? And it's funny when you talk about how these happen, and we never really talk about our segments together. But this is, again, it's the segment that I chose involves the most glorious of concoctions, which is alcohol.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
Yeah. We have a live studio audience tonight, and they're really annoying.
Yeah.
But we're talking about intoxication and the importance of that in the military.
It's a coping mechanism.
It is.
Yeah.
And actually, that's I'm really excited to use the word coping mechanism, because my first story in this segment of
Excited about.
Oh Drunk 30.
Oh shit, not good.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to change the name to Oh Drunk Thirsty, but because
can do that.
I can't spell 30 and I keep writing 30, thirt.
It's the same thing, just
know.
drop the S, man.
I know, whatever.
It's actually 10% easier.
I know, but whatever.
Do the math.
So this is a story. This is crazy. This is an actual true story of real combat heroism, and we have shied away from the real combat stories because there are several podcasts that cover those types of things, but I think this one is our kind of guy.
Okay.
And
I don't know if you're being satirical or not.
I'm not.
Okay.
This is a true story, and this guy did some crazy shit under fire, all for the love of beer.
I swear to God, I'm excited.
This is gonna bring tears
really
to your eye. Okay. Now this
ready.
is a true story. This guy, I have not found out if he's still alive, because if he is, I'm gonna send him a behind the boots sticker. In December of 1944, so we're talking the Battle of the Bulge, World War II, some of the
Tuesday nights at the
some of the nastiest fighting.
Battle of the Bulge.
Vincent Speranza was a private in H Company 501st Airborne Infantry.
Was he fighting for Mussolini?
No. This guy was in 101st, buddy. This guy's
Okay.
Screaming Eagle.
All right.
But he's a good old boy, an Italian. Forget about it.
Come on.
So he was stationed just outside the town of Bastogne, Belgium. The Germans had surrounded the town, and the 501st was deployed in defensive positions, determined to hold off the intense German counteroffensive and to prevent them from taking the town. If you don't know about the Battle of Bastogne, Battle of the Bulge, look it up. All
Get
right.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, great American
Get
perseverance story.
the fuck out of here. Read some books. Come back.
Yep. The Germans' ultimate goal was to take the harbor of Antwerp, and then they would throw everything that we had done into, like, the invasions of Normandy, all that shit would have been just, like, for nothing.
Yep.
On the second day of the battle, Speranza's friend was hit in both legs by shrapnel and was taken into the town where the wounded were being cared for in the ruins of a church. The next day, Speranza was sent into Bastogne to get batteries for their company radios, and he stopped by the church to check on his buddy. This is where the story takes on a kind of comic relief in the midst of the huge battle. They use the words comic relief. I use the words biggest glory, best effort ever in time of war.
That's
Yeah.
a strong statement.
His friend wasn't badly wounded, but he was not ready to be sent back to the lines. So Speranza asked his buddy if there was anything he could do for him, and his friend asked him to get some beer.
Just jerk me off one time.
And his friend asked him to get some beer.
Touch it one time. It's been so long.
So, to make a long story short, Speranza went through the shell-damaged streets looking in destroyed bars and taverns, or
awesome.
looking for something for his friend to drink.
That's so dope.
He found one place where the beer tap still had beer in it.
No shit.
He put some beer into his helmet and went back to find his friend with the sloshing loosely in the dirt, with the beer sloshing loosely in his dirty helmet. He poured a beer for his friend and shared some of it with the other wounded men around until it ran out. Then Speranza went back for more.
No shit. Good for this
But he was met by the angry regimental surgeon on his way back to the makeshift hospital. The officer read him the riot act and sent Speranza scuttling back to his foxhole out in the front lines. This is where it gets even more epic.
What a prick, dude.
I know, right?
What a prick.
Fucking doctors.
That's exactly what a doctor officer would do.
I know. I picture him in like a
Yeah.
crisp uniform with like a little bitty mustache,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a pencil thin mustache. Like, yeah, what are
Yeah,
you doing
this
here?
guy's all-
Get back to the lines.
This guy's all disheveled. He's been on the line for months, dude, and he's just fucking like, he's trying to get just one sliver of normalcy.
He's helping his buddy out
Yeah.
with beer.
Exactly, and this guy's
Forget
like,
about it. Hey, Doc,
my
forget
watch.
about it. It's a beer.
we have
So-
regulations to uphold.
Fast forward 65 years later, Speranza went back to Bastogne with his daughter for the anniversary celebration of the battle. Much to his surprise, his beer run during the battle had become the stuff of legend in Bastogne.
Shit.
A local microbrewery had brewed a beer and called it Beer Run that they served in helmet-shaped mugs.
That's so sick.
Little did he know that his serendipitous beer recon patrol during one of the worst battles of World War II would become a matter of wartime history and
That's
of local
so
brewery lore. So I thought that was fucking amazing.
Listen, when you're being a hero, you don't think about what they're gonna think of you later on.
Heroes don't wear, not all heroes wear capes.
No.
Some of them take their helmet off and fill a fucking tap.
Exactly.
And I would have been like this first. Is it good? Okay, it's good to go.
Just making sure.
So,
What a fucking stud.
what a beaut, right?
Wow.
Just yeah. I need to find this.
Talk about promoting
Promote ahead of
peers.
peers.
Yeah.
This guy could have won the war for us.
With initiative like that, fuck yeah, man.
So, I need to fast forward because the people.
You said,
Go ahead.
let me just get this off my mind because I'm also like a toddler and I'll forget it. But 65 years you said went by. So he's 85.
He's got to be in his
85
late
at
80s,
least?
right? And
Yeah.
this story was written. Doesn't say when it
Nonetheless,
was-
like
yeah,
85 years old.
Anyway, yeah, he's in his late 80s.
This dude's dick hasn't worked in at least a decade, right?
Are you
he
kidding
walks
me?
he walks into that bar and he sees that they have a beer in his honor.
That's a my beer.
Yeah, his Cialis. Immediately.
Yeah, and I'm gonna share with the pictures of this dude because he looks like a fucking hard motherfucker.
We'll also post them in on Instagram as well.
So we need to share that story because it was actually it came up multiple times through multiple different articles.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive. So we need to fast forward because we know that in the Army we love our beer, right?
We do like alcohol, yeah.
Yeah. We're not the only Army that likes our beer, and in fact, the group of people that Speranza was fighting against, the Germans, also are very famous for loving their beer.
I've heard that.
Okay, so I need to fast forward to 2021.
That's now.
It is.
Oh my god.
And in the last few months, there's been some developments in Afghanistan with what's been happening over there, right?
Yep. Heard
And
about
part of our coalition were the Germans, and they went from being our enemies to being a big supporter of what we were doing.
that.
So
That whole Nazi thing was getting in the way. Like they always wanted to be with us, but they're like, oh, Nazis, we can't
yeah,
do it.
fuck the Nazis.
Sorry, my mom says I have to go home.
Yeah,
Yeah. Their
street
mom-
lights came on.
Their
Gotta go
moms are
home.
Nazis.
Yeah. So, this one was written in July of 2021. This is an actual story as well.
Oh, this is very, very
Yes.
recent.
So, you ready for this?
I've been ready the whole time, yeah.
Timeline, Berlin, 2021. The German military says it's found a solution for its unusual logistical problem in Afghanistan, a glut of beer. Defense military spokeswoman Christina Rusti said Monday that a recent decision by the German commander in Afghanistan to ban the consumption of alcohol for security reasons has resulted in a pileup of beer, wine, and mixed drinks at Camp Marmal in Mazar Sharif. German soldiers are usually entitled to 2 cans of beer or equivalent per day. Rusti said that,
You say entitled?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's fucking strong word choice.
I know. Rusti said the military had found a civilian contractor who will take the alcohol back out of the country ahead of the Germans' troop withdrawals from Afghanistan as NATO mission in the country is coming to an end. So the Germans are more worried about taking their beer back before they bring their troops back from Afghanistan. The German army said that 22,600 liters, almost 6,000 gallons of alcohol, including almost 60,000 cans of beer, is still left behind in Afghanistan.
That's sad. That's a sad day. So,
This couldn't be sold in Afghanistan due to the religious restrictions or destroyed for environmental reasons. Proceeds from the German contractor's sale of the beer elsewhere could cover the cost of transporting it out of the country. These motherfuckers had 60,000 cans of beer stored in Afghanistan,
just bogarting it.
just hanging out in Afghanistan. I look back at that. I look at it. I said 22,600 liters, 6,000 gallons worth of alcohol.
What do you think it
hanging
takes-
out in Mazar Sharif?
What do you think it takes to become a German citizen?
I don't enlisting.
Just
I
asking.
don't- I'm
Yeah, I'm just asking.
just shooting
I
the
don't
shit.
really care.
Just shooting the shit. So
Well,
the
no.
importance, what I bring back to the pod here is the importance that beer plays in an army's morale. You saw that in 1944, this guy, Vince Speranza, could have single-handedly won the war
I know.
with helmet beer. And now, these guys are in Afghanistan worried about their beer more than their troops, right? And we couldn't even have beer in Afghanistan. The tides have turned, man. It's crazy, crazy. Could you imagine, like,
really shitty.
like, just walking into like a hangar and being like, oh my God, 60,000 cans of beer.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
We're not leaving here until all this beer is drank.
Well, if you say so.
Yeah, that brings me to a point, like, let's start taking care of our Joes, guys. Upper echelon of leadership. It's okay to drink beer.
In fact, some places they're entitled to it.
They are entitled. Look up what the definition of that word means. Okay?
I'm sorry, I thought this was America. That was free.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing when you're a strict parent and you're telling your teenage son or daughter
Not to do coke.
not to do this certain thing, which apparently is cocaine. The more you tell them not to do cocaine, guess what? They're going to do the cocaine. We're going to find a way to drink. Okay? Just let us do it.
Yeah, like you think the Germans weren't trading us for their beers.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone loves Oakleys.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Everyone loves Oakleys and blowjobs, okay? And we love beer. So, you guys didn't?
Nope.
Okay, so mail call.
All right, so you want me to take care of this one?
Yeah, I wish you would.
Okay. So, listen, we went back to the well because the well provides for us.
Well, that's right.
Unlike Oak,
Super cultish thing for you to say.
I know. Unlike Oak Island, this well gives us.
It
And
giveth.
the well of Chucko, our good buddy Chucko in Pittsburgh, gave us another golden gem.
It also sounds a little dirty.
It does. So here it is. Excuse me. Picture it. It's 1998, and the 2nd Brigade of the 10th Mountain Division was sent to a steamy armpit of the South known as Fort Polk for a JRTC rotation. He says, my unit was inserted into a box. I don't think he meant
That means two things.
I don't think he meant that, but
might have.
for our studio audience, what that means is it
really-
could be sex.
Yeah,
So,
it could be a penis into a vagina.
My unit was inserted into a box, and we patrolled on foot for most of the day. It doesn't get any better. Eventually, ended up in a heavily wooded area to settle into a company-level patrol base. We set up our poncho hooches because rain was definitely in the forecast. That night, it stormed so fucking bad, lightning was hitting all around us like incoming enemy mortar fire. Hope it wasn't friendly. But everyone...
Like incoming friendly mortar fire. You guys get it.
Everyone just huddled underneath their hooches, waiting for morning to come. At some point during this blitzkrieg from the gods, I fell asleep. He's getting better with his stories.
I was just gonna.
They're crisp.
comment
And I'm going
on
to
his
ask him if he
storytelling
meant
abilities.
to say that. Like,
It's like, does he give the ideas now to people that actually can write and
Yeah.
write them down?
yeah, because Chucko, on point. Anyway, at this point, okay,
Yeah, it's a whole nother paragraph.
yeah, I missed one. I woke up to the typical sounds of JRTC helicopters flying overhead, somebody randomly motherfucking everything around them. I rolled over to peer out of underneath from my hooch and could see people moving around and assessing the damage from the night before. As I laid there, I noticed a weird-looking boulder halfways under my hooch. A couple thoughts crossed my mind. First, no, I didn't set up my hooch over a fucking boulder. And secondly, why is that boulder furry looking?
Ooh,
Just as I was getting to my knees,
as he does usually.
hi-oh, just as I was getting to my knees, this long ass neck unfolds from the boulder,
the fuck?
and I'm face to face with two massive eyes and a beak.
Oh no, shit.
I quickly jump to my feet, and so does the boulder. Now I'm staring at this giant ostrich-looking bird in my eyes.
That's so dope. That's so awesome.
At this point, I'm not sure what I should do when I heard my first sergeant yell, "Don't fucking move, Miller." I could see out of the corner of my eye my Sasquatch first sergeant running across the woods towards me. He tried to scare it away, but it just hissed at him and stood its ground. The first sergeant told me to stay where I was and he'll be right back. Yeah, that's, I'll be right back.
They're actually serving breakfast, so
I'll be back.
you take care of the ostrich, and I'll be back.
So there I stood face to face with this giant bird. It slowly got closer to me and eventually started rubbing its head on me. When the first sergeant got back, I was petting this thing like a dog. This is when he informed me that the bird was an emu that had escaped from a local emu farm during the storm last night, and the JRT staff are arranging to have it shipped back to the farm. But until then, I was the keeper of the emu.
That's so sad.
It's fucking hilarious, though. I know.
They bonded so quickly.
They slept together.
They did.
So there I am now with this temporary pet emu. This thing followed me everywhere. As the day progressed, the emu became more attached to me. My squad was sent on patrol, and sure enough, Joe Snuffy, the emu, was with me on patrol. So there I was patrolling the backwoods of Fort Polk with a modern-day velociraptor by my side. We encountered some Op 4, but they were taken back by the emu advancing on them and just surrendered. Attack!
Oh, God.
Needless to say, dinner time was fast approaching, and I broke open an MRE and fed Joe Snuffy the crackers, which he enjoyed very much. First sergeant advised me that I would need to escort Joe Snuffy out to the hardtop, so his owner could take him back. It was a sad 2-mile walk with my newly acquired battle buddy. To this day, I wondered how he is living life, and if he thinks about me and his day as an infantryman. I would like to think he went back talking shit to all the Pogue emus while he was stealing their ladies. That may be one of the greatest stories I've ever read.
That is a really good story. I think they should have let him cat the emu.
I think he should have rode it into battle.
I don't think emus are that big.
It's true. Were they emus or ostriches in Dude, Where's My Car?
Ostriches, I believe.
Yeah, they're like pecking through the fucking... Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Zoltar.
They also have ostrich races, I believe.
I know. Yeah. Huge fucking eggs, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Chucko, man.
What a...
fucking great story.
Yeah.
What an amazing story.
What a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. And with that, man, that's episode 24.
Yeah.
You know what comes after episode 24?
25?
It is. And what's happening in episode 25?
I don't know.
Something to look forward to.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. This will be our second time ever that we've had an in-studio guest.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a fan favorite. People have been asking about this one.
I haven't heard anything.
Neither have I. I just said it sounded nice.
Yeah, it does sound really good.
Nice.
He'll be excited. We'll cut this part out. He won't hear it. Yeah.
Won't hear it at all. But bottom line is, thanks for listening to episode 24.
Yes, sir.
As always, thank you to Big Dick Nick and the entire Wilco Media Minion staff, who are not here right now, but Big Dick Nick is taking the reins by himself.
Oh, yeah.
To our listeners, what can they do?
Well, I'll tell you what. They can like and subscribe to our YouTube page, which is Wilco Media. That's what it's called. You can subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to it. Apple, Google Play.
Spotify.
We're everywhere,
YouTube.
man. We're like herpes. We're everywhere.
Pornhub.
I think we actually are on Pornhub. Not a lot of hits for some reason.
Not a lot.
No.
Okay.
Let's get up our Pornhub presence there.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in that.
Behind the Boots casting couch?
Bobby's done it. Will you?
No. Okay. But the best thing you can do for us is listen, tell your friends, like, and share the podcast.
And guess what? If you want to be like Chucko, you have a cool fucking emu story.
You want to be golden like Chucko?
Yeah. He's platinum member.
Yeah.
He's a platinum member. You can visit our website at wilcomediapro.com/BTB podcast, and you can submit your fucking story right there.
Where it says, write shit here.
It says it right there.
Can't miss
write
it. Can't miss
we
it.
We read them all, and there's a very good chance you'll make it right on here.
Yeah, there's a really good chance.
Yeah.
If you submit a story, it's going to get read.
Yeah.
Like, really good. Like, send in your stories.
Yeah, like fucking just send them in.
Yeah, send them in.
If you're worried about, I don't know if they're going to read it, no, we'll probably fucking read it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is it.
24 in the books. See you guys next week.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thanks.
Yep.
Fucking emu, dude. I didn't
That's a
read that
great
before.
story.
I didn't read it before. That was fucking brilliant.
I didn't even see that story in the fucking thing.
I know.
That was a great
He kept
fucking
messaging me. He's like,
story.
did you see the emu story? Because he messaged me last week. He's like, I'm glad my stories are still making the cut. I'm like, oh, yeah, dude, no worries. They'll make the cut.